Hey everyone, how you doing? And tonight I've got Lance Baker sitting with me on the couch. Well, it's actually your couch, so you know it's really comfy too, I might add. And gosh, we're going to talk about you tonight from my conversation with you. That well, let's go way back. So your job way back then, go JOB.
Yeah.
Was in flooring.
Yes.
And you were in sales and marketing, which is so far.
Sales and management. Sales
and management, right. So, I mean, that's just so far from where you are right now.
Very different, yes.
And that happened because, well, let's go back. And how old would you have been? And I'm going to tell everyone now that Lance had a migraine headache non-stop for 9.5 years. Like, now I'm a migraine sufferer, and I know what it's like to have a migraine. It is not fun.
No.
And I mean, I could never imagine 9.5 years of that. Like, I can't even, that just goes beyond my way of thinking that someone could even put up with that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even a second reprieve in the middle of it. Just constant hammering. How
did you even cope with, like, day-to-day stuff? Even just getting out of bed and
just learn you have to. Just part of it. Well, the first couple of years were a struggle, but after that, that was my lot in life. This is what I had to do. So I'd get up and go to work, I'd come home, and I'd lay down on the middle of the lounge room floor when I got home and try and recover, and then watch some telly, go to bed, repeat.
So that's what you did. That was your coping mechanism, was it? Like, just go to work, come home, lay down, watch television, go to bed, start all over again.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Like, and how long did you do that? 9.5 years.
9.5 years. Yeah. I had a month off work when I first had the operation that started the migraine, and after that, it had to be like a 9 or a 10 on the pain scale for me to have a day off work. So I still always, with every job I had sick days up my sleeve. So I didn't use up all of the sick leave I had.
So, all right, so we'll go back to, was it something that happened with your ear? So this is before the migraines. What brought on the migraines was something that happened with an ear problem that you had.
The ear was the first way it manifested. So I had an arachnoid cyst. So your brain is covered with an arachnoid membrane. It's called that because it looks like a spider web. That's why it's got weird arachnoid in the name. So you've got this web around your brain that holds all the cerebral fluid in, and mine had this pocket, 8 by 8 by 6 centimeters, so as big as my fist.
Wow!
Right here on the left side. So it's squashing the hell out of that side of my brain, and also squashing all the bits of how my ear works. And it was wearing away at the skull as well. I've got only a few millimeters of skull on that side of my head. And so, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, my ear got blocked. Like it needed to pop. Like when
you're on a plane and that,
and you need to pop your ears. So I had that feeling that I just needed to pop this ear. And so the first 5 years that was sending me berserk. I was going insanely crazy with it. I just started seeing some throat doctors, trying to find out what's wrong.
So you had that sensation, like that your ear needed to pop for 5 years.
Yeah, I still do. It doesn't bother me now. I'm used to it. I've been able to switch that part of my brain off that pays attention to it.
Yeah. So you went to an ear, nose and throat specialist, yeah?
Went to a few. Eventually one of them, they all did hearing tests, and perfect hearing, nothing wrong with my ear. One of them ordered some MRIs, and he put up some scans of my head, and he's like, I'm just an ear, nose and throat doctor, so I can't say anything, but this right here shouldn't be there, and pointed at this gigantic circle that took up a third of my head. And they put this ink in your blood before they do it, so it made it vibrant blue on this scan. It really stood out.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. And so I had to go speak
Did that scare you knowing that? Like when you saw that? Like were you...
Yeah. It did not look good at all.
You'd think brain tumour or something straight away, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea what was up.
But then that gave you the answers too. Well, what you thought was why you were getting this sensation in your ear.
Yeah. First doctor I had seen, he said, just leave it alone. I'm like, right, I'm not even coping with this ear thing. If this can solve it, I'd like to do something. He's like,
leave it alone.
Leave it alone. what he said. I should have listened to him. He had the best advice out of every
Really?
doctor I've seen.
Oh, wow.
And then I went and seen, because it's gone here, I won't mention his name, but he's well known in Australia. He's the best neurosurgeon in the Southern Hemisphere. He's on TV all the time. And he promised me he could fix it. Though I didn't have private health insurance. He's like, money back guarantee. We can fix this. Solve that ear problem. I used to have migraines once a month or so as well. Solve all that. Just drill in, pop it, drain it. It'll be good. So trust me. We did it. Why I remembered exactly how long it was I had the surgery a day after my birthday. So that happened. And I woke up, had a migraine. And it just never went away. And the ear problem never changed. And he led me on.
Even though you had the surgery, it never changed?
No, the surgery just gave me more problems.
Oh.
So that's why I should have listened to the first doctor and just done nothing.
Yeah, but I guess when you're in that position, when you've got something that's just continually at you, you just want relief.
Yeah.
And you're thinking that, well, people like that are experts in their field, know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
They're giving you the advice. They wouldn't have done it just for nothing. They firmly believed that they were going to help you with it and it would go away.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And what it gave you instead was a migraine.
Yep.
Continual. 9.5 years. Yep. Never a second without it.
Nope.
Were you an angry person to live with?
I don't think so.
How did it affect your personality though?
I've always still been bright and happy. I did try antidepressants for part of it because they tried me on every different pain medication you could think of, and one of them was an antidepressant because of the side effect. It helped alleviate pain, and I was on that when my son was conceived, and normally I'm bright and happy. Even with that, I was still bright and happy. And I didn't get as excited over that as I normally would have. And other things that was happening in my life, I just noticed the antidepressants were actually, they work as a midline sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got your highs and your lows, and they cut you in the middle and try and just get rid of those lows. Because most people with depression are living in this low point, and so to be in the middle is good. I was more in the highs than I was even in the middle or the low. So I found an antidepressant actually dropped my mood and made me more depressed and more bland. Tony was on there for like 4 months and I weaned myself off. So I've still always been bright and happy, but like I had what's called suicidal migraines sometimes, like those ones that just pass what you think of as 10 on the pain scale, and you think the only way out is to just end things. So I had those times, but I never planned on actioning them. It was just, you hear that voice in your head saying, well, the only way to solve this is that.
And that was all about the pain just got too much.
And the pain
too
got too
long.
much that you knew there
You
was
just want to
no way.
end your life basically to get rid of it because you're thinking that's the only way it's going to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so antidepressants didn't help, and you've also had a baby on the way, and that didn't kind of pick you up either.
No. Well, it certainly did afterwards. Like once he was born, he's the greatest thing that's ever happened to my life. That's been a huge benefit to my life, but it didn't solve the pain. It just gave me more
sleepless nights.
More sleepless nights. Joy when I was awake, but more of a thing of why I had to go to work each day as well.
Purpose. Yeah. So going back to that stage, and so this is when you're working in your other job, your other job, your other life. So every day you're just getting up and you're just going to work and you're living with the pain. I just don't know how you even coped, like, working.
I mastered it quite well. Most people I worked with had no idea that I was going through it. I didn't tell many people.
So you didn't tell anyone?
My direct bosses knew. Sometimes some of my team members knew. But, I didn't tell them because I didn't want pity. I was trying to be as normal as possible. And what's going on inside my head, nobody else sees. I'd have a drawer behind my desk full of different drugs that I'd take as a cocktail here and there to knock out the pain if it was too much. And
So did you get into like drugs and alcohol to try and get rid of that pain? Like, was that something that you went to?
a little bit. It didn't really help too much either, though.
You'd be
get
willing
hangover
to
the
try
next day.
anything,
But
wouldn't
yeah,
you?
I tried a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
And most of it didn't help. Like I said, nothing got rid of that pain for a second out of anything I tried, in any sort of thing, whether it was drugs, alcohol, medicine, operations, whatever. Nothing got me below a 3 on the pain scale. Most of the time I was living at about a 5. At least a dozen times I found out
And
what
you've
the
done,
pain was.
and you've had like your brain surgery, and that didn't work. And I guess you've got to that stage then where you're saying to yourself, well, you know, is this how life is? Like, is this how I have to live my life forever? Did you think that? Did you think there was going to be no end to it?
Yeah, I tried heaps of things the first probably 3 years. After that, my doctor gave up on me because I couldn't sue him anymore. So he quit covering his ass after that, and it was like, there's nothing we can do. So I gave up trying stuff. Probably about the 4th year, I think, I tried stuff with other doctors for a little bit after that.
Did anyone say at any time that operation was responsible for what was happening to you? Like,
They just gave me bullshit all the time. Sorry,
Yeah.
I shouldn't swear
No, that's all right.
on
Like,
camera,
this is about, you know,
but yeah, I just
being
got
normal.
fed lie after lie because they were covering their ass so they wouldn't get sued. But after that 3-year period when he couldn't get sued anymore, he's like, there's nothing I can do. And he admitted that he failed, but wouldn't.
Do you think you did a good job of covering up?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, like going to work and being in a relationship, like a marriage and baby, and you know, did you think you did a great job of covering up what you were living through?
Yeah, I remember one time I was at a mate's place, having some drinks, and I'd mentioned something about my operation, and they had no idea. And I just mentioned that, yeah, I've been in pain for the last, like, I think it'd been about 6 years at that time. And they're like, what? And they had no idea. So a group of my friends had masked it from completely, but I don't know. People probably knew.
So what did you feel you had to do then?
Why? I just wanted to be normal. I didn't want to live with a label on my back. People treat me like I was a normal person. I didn't want some sort of pity party or easy way out of life. I was like, well, this is my life. I will just live it. That's what I've got.
And do you think, like, you know, once people got to know, has anyone ever told you that they thought something might have been wrong? Like,
I don't think so. I never recall that conversation.
so you must have been good at really masking it.
Good
Like,
masking.
excellent. Yeah.
The times it was hard to mask it was when I had vertigo as well. So occasionally to give me vertigo with it. And so I'd quite often walk into the shop and I'd be grabbing.
And you'd still
onto
go to
the
work?
things. Yeah. Didn't really
And
have a
I mean,
choice.
I know people that suffer with vertigo, and I've seen them, and you know, they can't even get out of bed. Some of the people that I know with vertigo. So I just can't even imagine, like, you've got the migraine that you've had for all those years, and then you get vertigo, and you actually go to work.
There was one time where it happened where I had to tell the team because I had to get somebody to drive me home because there was no way I could drive home.
So did you lose your eyesight and everything like that when you had a migraine?
No.
It was just the pain in the head.
Just pain, yeah.
Yeah, well, that can be terrible if it's continual and it just doesn't let up, and it doesn't matter what you do, it never lets up.
Yeah.
Because that can send you a bit crazy.
I hope it didn't send me crazy.
No, but I mean,
My life is very different now. Maybe I'm in crazy land.
Did you ever feel like that you were going crazy? You know what I mean? Like you just, well, obviously yes, because you said that, you know, there were suicidal thoughts at some stage. But, you know, when you're going, oh my God, I just want it to end, or I'm just going to, you know, knock myself out, or, you know, like I guess everyone gets to that point, or they know where that point is when they get to that. It's like you'll do anything for it to stop.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
if somebody come up to me and said that's something that would make it stop,
You'd do it.
I would have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, so, you know, like, and now, like, this is what I mean. You've gone from that to Reiki, but how did that?
How'd that come about?
Yeah, like where did all that come from?
Well, as I said, I gave up trying everything about 4 years in. And I tried to cut down as much of the drugs as I could as well, because I was worried about my liver and stuff getting messed up from taking painkillers and stuff all the time. And at the beginning of the 9th year, that's when I changed things. I was like, at my birthday party, and then next day was the 9-year anniversary, and I'm like, well, we've been doing this for 9 years. I've stopped trying anything for about 5. How about I try everything again? No matter how stupid something sounds, I'll try it. I don't know what sort of weird thing comes in front of me, I'm going to do it, because this is a joke. I just can't keep living like this. I don't know how I'm going to deal with year 10. And about a couple of months in, I went down to Melbourne for this expo thing, and I was staying with a mate, and he's like, his girlfriend does Reiki, you should try Reiki. And I was like, bring her around, let's do it. We didn't do it, but that word stuck in my head. I was like, that's one thing I've got to try, add that to the list.
Because you hadn't tried that before?
Never heard of it before. I hadn't heard of the word.
So were you kind of like spiritual, like then, like way back then when you first started, had the pain, and
No,
were you?
No, in a different sense. I was on the Christian path.
Yeah.
I actually went to theological college for a year, a long time ago. But I swore all that off in the middle, because I realised, well, when I'm there in suicidal point of the migraine, I'm like, well, God, stop it for just 2 seconds. If you're listening, you care, you can pause it 2 seconds. If there's a message, that's fine. I'll get that there's something I have to go through, but you can pause it to let me know there's a point. There was no pause, and I was like, well, either you don't exist or you're just some jerk that hates everybody. So either way, F you, and cut off. Plus, I had a bunch of people that I found to be hypocritical that just
Helped you
anyway.
come up with that solution.
But yeah, so I was a different spiritual path before, and then cut all that off, and was nothing for quite a long time. And yeah, so
it was all new, like the whole Reiki.
I'd been given a card from a Reiki woman who's in Hamilton, and I was like, I'm going to try this out. So I booked in for a session, and I'll be honest, I thought it was a complete joke. I was not invested at all. Biggest skeptic. I was laying on a table. She doesn't touch at all. I touch sometimes when I do Reiki, but she just zero touch. So I'm laying there with my eyes closed, and I'm imagining pulling money out of my wallet, lying on fire, and throwing it away. I was thinking,
really?
this is a joke. So this hippie is sitting in the corner reading a book. She's probably actually playing for tarot cards. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
What a joke. But I could always feel this thing in my head, and at some stage during that while I'm laying there, I felt it move. I felt it come out of my ear a little bit. I'm like, oh, she did something.
So you're a skeptic.
Full skeptic.
And you were just laying there, and you actually felt movement.
I felt it move, and I'm like, okay, there's something happening here. And so I went a few times. I felt a little bit better. I'd been sitting about a 5 for the best.
On the pain scale?
On the pain scale. For about a month around that time. That was the best I felt. And the next day I was about 4.5. I slept a little bit better that night. I feel a little bit better. Something happened. Felt weird, so I booked in again. I went probably 3 times before I learned how to do it myself. So I was looking into meditation as well as a way of dealing with pain. I started going to the float tank centre, trying that out, and that's great. That's a good thing.
So that's where you're in water, in a tank, isn't it? Where they bring the thing down on, and it's all on top of you, and there's colours and all that. Is that
it's
the
just
same?
complete darkness.
Oh, complete darkness.
So the colours are all in your head if there's colour.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe that's what's
just takes
wrong
out
with me.
all the other senses. Yes. But so I was looking up meditation to learn how to deal with that situation better as well. And I googled meditation class Newcastle this Saturday. Now, any time you put that in, people like myself come up, the Buddhist centres and Rigpa and all that. None of it. But a Reiki 1 class did. And it said you could do it yourself. I'm like,
Wow.
on that Saturday.
Yeah.
And this was like middle of the night, Thursday night. So I emailed him and said, I'd like to come, there's a spot. Didn't find out till like 9 or 10 o'clock on Friday night.
So you're still working in your previous job?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Still doing that. And
Yeah.
this was all just, I was going to be under the radar, not tell anybody while I'm doing this weird hippie thing. And so, yeah, I went along and I thought I would just be topping up in between seeing Leander to get her thing done on me. But probably won't be able to do much. But maybe they'll take an extra like 0.1 off. That'd be great to have 0.1 off the pain scale
wow.
a day. So I go along. There's a weird hippie guy. Gives me a hug when I come in the room. I'm like, get away. Yeah, now I'm the weird hippie guy that gives me weird hugs. But
you're the hippie guy that gives the hugs.
And then he gave me a tune and connected me to Reiki. And once I could feel that energy in my hands, it just blew me away. And I knew there was more to everything.
So you felt something like straight away when you've gone to this class?
Yeah, after you've got a tune.
Describe it to me if you can.
It's a bit hard to describe. It's like feeling something outside of your hand. But like it's like how you feel something if it's on your hand.
Yeah.
So it's like a tingle, like a buzz, a magnetic pulse. It's too hard to describe a word. It's like trying to describe.
So did you think when all this is happening, like, what are you thinking to yourself? Is this like what's going on? They put something in my turmeric tea or something?
No, no. With that, once I felt it, like I knew it was real. I couldn't deny that there's more to the universe.
You connected
as soon
with that.
as I felt it.
Yeah.
And it's as quick as that. Like every time I teach a Reiki class, they're doing it by 11 o'clock. Like,
so if you had to describe to someone, now just say that, okay, there's someone out there watching tonight and they don't even know what Reiki is. They're saying, what is he talking about? Right? How would you educate someone or, on very quickly on what Reiki is so that they understand what we're talking about?
Yeah. Reiki, it's pulling energy from the universe that's around us in the air, and everything is filled with energy. And it's pulling it in to use it for healing on yourself or to be a vessel where it goes through and push it out to somebody else. To kind of feel what it feels like, if you rub your hands together for a while, you'll build up a static energy between your hands. And when you pull them in and out apart from one another, you'll feel a little bit of a magnetic pull or a buzz.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
That's kind of like what it feels like, but I don't have to rub my hands together. I can do it from this far apart and I can feel that pulse. I can draw a circle in my hand and I'll feel that circle. So that's it's hard to describe because...
Well, I mean, I've had Reiki many times, but I was just trying to kind of, bring awareness to someone that's watching tonight that's saying, what is this Reiki thing? I want to try it. Where do I go? Who do I go and see? We're going to share those details anyway. But so you've gone to the class, you've learnt a little bit on how to do it, you felt the connection.
Yeah.
And what, you've come home and done it on yourself, or what?
Well, like I said, I was pretending I was going to nobody was going to find out about this except for my wife at the time, because I had to explain why I was going away for a day.
Yeah, of course you would.
And that was it. She was going to be the only one that knew. She thought I was a lunatic as well. But they told me, well, to amplify the power of it, to lock in what you can do, the more you use it in the first 3 weeks, the better it will be. So practice on yourself as much as you can, practice on other people as much as you can, and it'll be good. I'm like, okay, I have to tell some people now. So I got home, went out on the internet, said, who wants to be a guinea pig? I've tried this new thing. And for that next 3 weeks, practice on somebody probably every second or third night. And I was playing with the energy myself a lot. I spent about an hour trying to heal my own head. But I was more distracted with just the feeling of it and practicing on other people. And I thought I'll work on myself later.
So did anyone work on you with your head and what was happening there?
Like a couple of times in the class, but not much. But they were more just on my body. I don't think I told them about my head there. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. And within the first week and a half after that class, I don't know when, but I remember somewhere around that first week and a half, gone. No more pain. I just noticed.
Serious?
Yeah,
Just
I noticed one day, I'm like, wait a minute.
You didn't notice when it stopped, but you just knew that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, hang on a minute, something's different.
After, I'm like,
Wow.
there's no pain. There's no pain. And so the next day, I'm like, there's still no pain. Oh wait, I thought it was going to come back. It did. The first time I had a migraine after that was probably 3 years in.
Wow.
And it was just a stress-based thing. And
so it's a different kind of headache, different kind of migraine that you had.
Yeah.
3 years in.
I haven't had one that's been more than probably 2.5 on the pain scale since then. My pain
That's
scale.
incredible.
So,
Wow. And so obviously then you had such a great interest in it because you knew that it worked for you.
Yeah.
And that's the question. I mean, can everyone do Reiki, or are there only certain people?
I've been teaching it since about the past 4 years. So I've been teaching it. I've taught about 200 people, and every single.
Do you hold classes or workshops? Yeah.
I ran a workshop on Monday. We've got the next one in about 3 weeks on Saturday.
So if anyone wants to contact you, they can call you on a number. What's the name of your business?
Branches of Healing.
Branches of Healing. And we're in what suburb?
Merriweather.
In Merriweather, Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia for my overseas viewers. And the number's coming up on your screen now. And just contact Lance and he can fill you in on any information that you want. He can tell you on all the workshops that are coming up or anything like that. And and hopefully, people that have gone through a similar thing as you or are going through it at this time, they might, like you, have exhausted every other situation and now are looking for an answer somewhere else. That this might be the answer for them, like it was for you too.
Yeah.
So, contact Lance. You've got the phone number up there. You've seen it. I'll put it in the comments page as well. So you've got the phone number there. So how long do the workshops go for?
Just a day for the basic one.
So it's a day workshop,
later, but once a month I do the day class so that people have always got access to it. So.
Wow, I just find it quite fascinating. So that's how many years ago now?
It'll be 5 years in April.
So you had it for 9.5 years. Then you found Reiki, or Reiki found you. And then you've been clear of that migraine for 5.5 years.
No, for nearly 5 years.
For nearly 5 years.
Yeah.
I just find that fascinating.
Yeah.
You would find that fascinating.
So yes.
And especially because that's not something, it's been a real journey for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were willing to try anything to just stop the pain.
Yeah.
And was just a coincidence that you've met this person that's introduced you to Reiki, and then you've found that you've noticed some change, and then like you said, it was gone for a week and a half, and you've gone, oh, hang on a minute, something's different.
Yeah.
Wow, I just find that incredible. And I'm sure that there's, people out there that would find it just as fascinating as what I do. But, and there's one thing I was going to ask you, because I was asked to ask you about the Swan hand therapy.
Yep.
And this is something that someone asked me to ask Lance about because they were quite intrigued by it. Now, we don't know. I mean, it could take a couple of minutes or it could take half an hour. But I said to Lance, can we just have a go at it while I'm on camera and just see if it happens? So if it happens in the first couple of seconds or something like that, that's fantastic. But we're not going to wait for half an hour. So we'll just give it a go and just see what happens. And I can give you the experience on camera right here live, and it's really happening. Right. So what do I do? What do you physically do?
Your job is to do nothing.
Nothing. I don't. Yep. Geez, that's pretty hard for me to do nothing.
So I don't want you to comply and do what I say.
Yeah.
I don't want you to try and fight whatever's happening inside. Just allow whatever to happen. It's called the swan because you put your arm up like this, and if you use your imagination, it looks like a swan.
Yeah, it does. So I'm doing that.
Are you left or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Get your left hand up there. You can use it on your knee, or you can put it on the armrest, wherever's easiest, and just make it completely limp, free, and floppy. And like I said, your job's to do nothing. Can I tap you on the outside of the knee occasionally?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So what's your job to do, Kelly?
Nothing.
Exactly. Now I'm going to talk to that other part of your mind, the part that helps keep you safe and to enjoy life. And I want that part to step down into that arm, into that wrist, into that hand, into those fingers, and see if you could just move one of those fingers, a little twitch, a little quiver. Yeah. Did you move that?
Yeah, I'm moving it. Am I?
Your job's to do nothing.
I know. Oh my God. I'm
now,
telling you.
If that part's there,
Yeah.
I want you to see if you could turn that hand in and around to those fingers, point at that face. So that hand's looking at Kelly. Every little bit you move, it gets easier and easier to turn it in and around. So those fingers are pointing at Kelly. There we go. And see if you can give her a wave to say hello, make friends. There we go.
Stop.
Then,
This is incredible.
and then spin back to me so that we can have a chat. Oh. Now, I'd like to talk with you instead of just to you. So using that hand on one of those fingers, do you think you could show me how you'd say yes? There we go. And could you show me how you say no? There we go. Now, have you been listening to everything we've been talking about today before I invite you? There we go. Now, if you think you could help Kelly with some different aspects of her life to help her find more happiness and joy, you don't. Would you be willing to have an experiment? Fantastic. What I want you to do tonight, while Kelly's asleep, is review the day-to-day of what she's done and see if you could find a way to just put in a little bit more happiness. Maybe you could have helped her notice some joyful moment, or some kid playing with his brother or sister, or maybe there was the sunset you've seen on the way over here tonight, or maybe you just seen a smile on a customer's face in the shop, or maybe you've seen somebody walk out with something beautiful from your shop that that really made their day. I want you to help Kelly to notice those moments more. So you're going to look for all those tonight, all the ones she missed. And tomorrow, I want you to point them all out to her and help her see the wonderful things in life, the everyday joy, love and beauty that's there. Can you do that? Fantastic. And if there's troubles in her life, can you help her find some other answers, what might be there, some other solutions that might be beneficial for her, and help her understand what else you could do. Fantastic. Excellent. Now this bringing in that joy, love and happiness, seeing the beauty in life, I want you to improve that every day from now on. Every day I want you to do that little review while she's asleep and see what else you can improve. And so every day you can get better and better at this. This is just going to stack and get better. And Kelly's is going to be obnoxiously happy in the end of this year. I'm going to really be able to notice. Everybody's going to be able to notice it. I'm going to be saying, God damn, Kelly, why are you so happy? And she's not going to know because you're going to be doing it. Can you do this? Fantastic. Well, I want to thank you for this. And maybe later on we'll have another chat and I'll find a way to help with something deeper. Would you like that? Fantastic. Maybe you can help her find that question of what things she wants help with deeper, and I can help with that. Fantastic. We'll do that later in private. Fantastic. Now I want you just to relax control of that hand, arm and fingers and go into the background to do what it is you do. And that's the swan. So,
I'm telling you, like, I can't, and I'm on camera, I know this. So I'm fighting this, I'm going, oh, this is just, nothing's going to happen. There's obviously a nerve or something that I'm leaning on my elbow, or, you know, wherever he is at his tummy, or the way I hold my hand. But I'm saying to you, I had no control whatsoever over that hand. I felt that hand was just sitting there doing nothing. Because, I mean, you do hypnotherapy.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
And that's like hypnosis, but not quite. It's a very direct way to have a conversation with the subconscious, but there's no trance. You're fully awake.
Absolutely, and I'm so aware of what's going on, but I'm also going, I'm not going to let this happen. Like, he's not going to do it to me. It's the nerve in my elbow, or something on my leg, or something. And I thought, and I'd heard about this. And I thought, oh, well, I'll test him out tonight. It's not going to happen. And that's what Lance was saying to me, you know, like, it could take 30 seconds, it could take half an hour. And I said, well, we haven't got half an hour, so let's just try it and everyone will see what you do, but nothing will happen. And
That's it.
I had no control over that.
And so some amazing things can happen with that. There's a lot of different ways you can take that to help solve a problem if somebody doesn't know where to take something. So what I did there is just what I do as a bonus for people with the therapy they get. But I work a lot with mainly anxieties and depression and things like that.
And I could imagine that, like I can imagine that swan therapy, like I can imagine that, and like what you're saying to me when you're saying about, can you help Kelly with it? I'm thinking, what is he saying? Like what? He's talking to my hand.
Yeah, what's
You
in
know,
it?
like I'm a skeptic too.
So I told her, how?
Yeah, I know, and it's
I don't agree.
it answered. I'm thinking, wow. So I'm telling you guys, if you notice just how overly happy I am from here on in, like Lance is going to get back to me, or we'll do some more stuff, and maybe we'll do some on camera further on down the track too as a little catch up, and you know, see how things work, so that you know some of my viewers, they're skeptic too, and they're probably frightened because it's the unknown.
Yes.
So, you know, this is how so unintrusive it is, because I've still got my clothes on. You know, I'm sitting far away from you. You're not touching me.
No.
And yet something like that can happen. Oh, it's just the weirdest thing. So, wow, I just think that's incredible. So, you know, keep an eye on, like, watch your space. That's what I'm saying. Watch your space. So, and I'm sure we'll do some other things further on down the track. So, I'm just blown out by that. Yeah, so much so that I'm not even thinking about what I have to do next.
That's good.
Because you just told me I have to sit here and not think about anything.
Well, now your job's to be Kelly on the couch. Back to normal.
Oh, thank you, Lance. Yeah, and each and every week when I am on the couch and, you know, I ask my guests to, you know, go within and look what's happened for you over your time and how you found Reiki and what a difference it made to your life. And, you know, you could have very well wanted to end it all because you couldn't cope with it.
Yeah.
So there just might be someone out there now tonight watching the show that may be in a similar situation or know of someone that is, or, you know, what would be a message of hope that you would give that person?
Well, I was at the point where I just accepted life. That was just what it was, and I just lived. And then I decided, this is it. I'm going to try it again. And within half of that year, I found something. Took a long time, but I got there. And now I'm in a spot where I love my life. I do what I enjoy, and I get to connect people to that same thing. So I get messages like, I don't know, at least every couple of months I get a message of somebody saying, I'm alive because of you, because we had a conversation, or because I come to a Reiki class. So you might feel like there's no choice of what could happen right now, but that's today. What's tomorrow? Make a step, do something, speak to somebody, ask for some help. There's lots of people like myself out there. If you're not comfortable with me, find somebody else. Kelly would know a bunch of people over the close to 100 episodes you've done, I'm sure, who would be able to help if you reach out to her. If you reach out to me, I can connect you with other people as well. If you say, oh, I'm interested, but not you, I'd prefer to find somebody else. I know another heap of different counsellors and psychologists in the area that I can link people with, or just have a chat with a friend, have a coffee, find someone to find a way to make that step. There's always an answer out there, you've just got to look.
It's really important, you know, the fact of communicating with others when you're in that situation, because it can really grab you.
Yeah.
And, you know, you find like you can just get into that big, deep hole and you think there's no way out of it, you know. So, like Lance said, you know, we all know people somewhere. Communicate with us. Leave me a message. Inbox me. Go to my website, www.onthecouchwithkelly.com. Leave a message there. leave a message through the Facebook page, go on the couch with Kelly on the Facebook page, contact Lance. You know, and I mean, if all else fails, ring Lifeline. If you've really got to talk to someone and you want to remain anonymous, you know, just ring Lifeline, get some help that way. But it's really important to surround yourself with people that you love and trust so that you can talk about certain situations, because communication is the key. And I know that sounds a bit cliche, but communication is the key. Getting it out and talking to someone, you know, that's the way to do it, is to get it off your chest. And, you know, doing that, you're going to be okay, because people will look out for you. You know, you'll get with the right organisation or the right people eventually, or you'll find the answer. Just don't give up. No matter what, don't give up. And I'm going to say that again before I sign off tonight. But, you know, I wanted to thank a few people that have come on board tonight. So let's just go with Sharon Sharp. Thank you so much. Wayne Lennon, thank you very much. Karina Dendel. Melissa Agarulu. Oh, and Stuart Adams. Hey, Stuart. Oh, no, the eyesight's getting bad, isn't it? So Stuart's coming on in the next couple of weeks, so we'll be seeing him as well. We've got, can you read those? Paige Simonson. And we've got Kat Townsend. Oh, Kat Townsend, way up north. Hi, Kat. Thanks for joining me. And Louise Melrose Hanley, thank you so much for joining in. And we've got Carolyn Finley. Hey, thank you, Carolyn. We've got Sam Parker. Good on you, Sam Parker. Nothing like grabbing life by the balls, I say. Richard Evans. Hey, hi, Richard Evans. Bev Swartz, Joanne Haskew, Remy Castle, Lola Rashartland. Thank you, Lola. Lola's been on the show as well. Cherie Jones, thank you so much. And Shireen Lowe, thank you all the way from Brisbane, Vegas. Mick Galvin. Hi, Mick. And Jan Hefferman. Ian Edwards, Georgina Harry, and Teresa Crossland. Hey, Teresa Crossland Darwin. Thanks for joining in, Teresa. And thank you, everyone, for, you know, each and every week supporting what I do. Like, you know, this is life and I'm living the dream. But, you know, I didn't just wake up there in the dream. Did you wake up there in the dream?
Definitely.
No, you had to work to get there, right?
Do a lot of work.
You had to believe in yourself and know that no matter what in life, do not give up. Know that there's a way and you've just got to find it. And you can find it with help from people like us. You can find it with people from your neighbour, your brother, your sister, your mother, the people that you trust and communicate with. So from us, I'm going to say good night to you all and know that, you know, on the couch and us, and thanks, Lance, like it's been awesome.
It's been great.
And, you know, thanks everyone, and know that, you know, you're going to be okay. Thumbs up.
I'll be okay.